screencast will cover the Hero Carousel on your home page, and I've pulled up two tabs in the Firefox browser. The first here that I'm on just shows your website. You'll notice a new URL here. This is the production URL by IP address, which is these numbers here. This will eventually change to sarayakanji.com once we have the DNS pointed to the new environment. But for now, you can access your site with this URL. The Hero Carousel here has about 4 different slides, and we're going to go through how to change all of these and have some of them not show if you choose to do that. So in the other tab, we'll have your URL/manager, and I've got your account here ready. I'm going to go ahead and log in, and this will take us to the Modex Manager view. The resource home with the ID of 1 is going to be left-clicked, and then I'll left-click on the Edit button, and that'll allow me to change the form fields within this resource. The title, long title, description, and summary is all worthwhile, and you should take care to make sure that it relates to the page that you're creating and the keywords that you want it associated with. If we view the source code of your home page, you'll see that the meta tags are being populated here with that title information. You'll also see that the summary is what it populates the description. So do take care to choose these so that they're relevant to your SEO keywords. Your URL alias, this gets set automatically. Usually just defaults with what your title will be. You can change it, ensure that it's lowercase and does not have white spaces. Okay, so let's jump into the carousel itself. Well, just to go over the template, you can leave these templates as they are. They can be changed, but do not need to be. The home page has got a home page template. The menu title is home, although we don't show that in the menu, so we leave this unchecked. I believe I've covered what the menu index does. This 0 value puts the home at the top of this left frame here. If we were to increase that value, it would drop down. It also will change the way that the menu elements are displayed within your navigation menu on the site. So if we were to quickly look at the property search, I'll left click on that and then left click on edit. You'll see that has a menu index value of 1, and each resource below that will continue to increase. Listings will be 2, neighbors will be 3, and you can see how those are lined up within your navigation menu. So let's jump back to our home page. You can also mouse over and right click if you're on a Windows machine and then select edit resource. That's another way of getting quickly into the resource. The one thing I also want to show you now, if we refresh your tab that has the home page in it, you'll see this manager bar. It's called the Quick Manager, that now is available to us throughout the entire site, and it's at the top of the page. All we have to do is mouse up to the top and you'll see it pulls down. It has some options here. We can edit the resource, we can create a new resource, or we can go back to our manager view or log out. So if we wanted to quickly make a change through any of these pages, we could do that. Say we're surfing the site and we're reading West End and we realize we want to change this quickly to East End. So we would change the title here, click Save, and immediately that would be updated. So we'll go back and change it, and that's another way of making changes to your website without going through the manager. But we do want to go through the manager and cover our homepage carousel. So we're going to go back to our homepage, and then the first slide is this MLS listings, which I've chosen at random, 777 Richards. That corresponds to this MLS number here that's in this field. So if we want to change that, maybe we'll just choose the one below it that has R2127804. I'm going to save and then pull down Continue Editing from the drop-down menu. and click Save. So once I've done that, and we go back to the tab with your website and refresh that, you'll notice that this has changed. So every listing available to you can be selected using the MLS number here. So let's change this back. We'll save, and when we go back and refresh, we'll notice that comes up. So let's go to the second slide. It's actually called the first slide in the manager, and that is viewable if you put a image here. So I'm going to just pull out the image first, and we'll notice that it should not show in your homepage. It goes straight to the movie. So what we need to do now, if we want to add the image, we have to insert it, and it's got to be a 1920 by 1100 pixels image, which you can upload. So I've done that already, and I've created some folders here to organize where you upload onto the server. This KC Finder here is looking at the web server itself, and you'll notice if I click Homepage Folder, there's the Vancouver Cole Harbor image I want to upload, and that's there now. I'll have to save, but before we do that, I want to point out what the title field here is Cole Harbor. So if we go and back to, actually we're going to need to save now. So I'm going to go click Save within the manager, and then when we go to view the site itself and refresh, the slide should come back. It should be in that second position. There it is. That span tag changes the color to blue, and if we wanted to get rid of that, we could. I left it there just so you know that if you use that span color, it's going to be the blue, but if we were to remove that, you can see once we go back and refresh the page that the text is then changed to white, which is fine. So it's completely up to you. Okay, so you see by default what we've done already is modify this title. You can change that to anything you want. Same thing with the details here. If you wanted to add a price, you could do that. I'm linking directly to the Cole Harbor page within your site. So I've gone through this drop down and just selected Cole Harbor here, and that is what this Read More button will link to. So if we were to click that, that'll go straight to our Cole Harbor page. Alright, so that is the second slide. Our first one was the MLS, and now we're ready for the third slide, which really is called the second slide. It is a MP4 or video file, so you can upload another MP4. I purchased this for you. It's a stock video that looks like the West Coast here. It may not be specifically Vancouver, but it kind of gives you a feel for Vancouver. At least it did for me. So there's others available. If you ever want to replace that, you certainly can. You have full control over what the title text is, as well as this sub heading here, and you can change those by modifying the second slide title. This BR/ is a tag that just is a break, a carriage return, so it puts British Columbia on the second line here. And there's your copy or your subheading here. You can change any of that to any text that you want. So let's now go on to your third slide, which is your headshot. We can see that by clicking our arrows here. You note you can also drag these by left clicking, and you'll notice the hand comes up, and that allows you to navigate through this carousel also. You've got the same thing going on with your images. You'll need to make sure that they are 1920 by 1100. So if you got a new headshot and you wanted to swap this one out, you could certainly do that. Same process by clicking insert. You'll want to navigate to probably this home page, and if you upload it, you'll click upload, and then you'll go onto your own computer and see and find the file that relates to the image, and you want to make sure it's a JPEG.jpg for photos. Most likely JPEG will be what you'll use. You may have a PNG or a GIF, but if that would probably be more graphic art instead of an image itself. So if you need to replace that, you can. You can also modify the text in the title and the text in the details. And that concludes really this entire hero carousel, and I'll leave it there. The search here, as you know, is just searching the pages that aren't related to MLS listings. So if you typed buying or selling, all of your reports related to buying and selling would be available, but you don't have to modify anything related to the search in the hero carousel because it's automatically done for you. So hope that was useful. As always, if questions come up and you have them, please let me know. Thanks.